Let's take a look at what it means to push services instead of polling them. We'll start with the counterexample. This is the way you don't want to design a service if you don't have to. If you don't have push services enabled, then you're forced to do the opposite of push, and that is poll. We call this continuous polling or long polling. Long polling is simply a client calling to the server over and over to determine if some state exists or if anything has changed. The client issues a request and the server responds. In my example here, the red indicates that the answer was negative, that whatever the client was looking for was not true yet. The developer attempts to determine an appropriate polling interval, and it continues to hammer the server, perhaps getting back only the occasional positive response, here indicated by the green. You can probably tell that this is less than ideal. One of the biggest problems with this method is the network and processor utilization it incurs, and that problem is amplified by the limited resources of your typical IoT device. One of the other more subtle problems with this approach is the fact that there's a delay associated with the determination of the desired state that may be as long as the value used for the polling interval. In other words, if you're trying to save your battery so you poll every 5 seconds, then you may check the server and get a negative response just before whatever you're looking to happen happens. You then have to wait 5 seconds before you can do another poll and find out. Let's remember for a second about the TweetMonkey project you saw in the last module. Can you imagine forcing our device to call into Twitter every few seconds asking the same question every time? Do you have any new tweets with the hashtag TweetMonkey? How about now? How about now? It'd be a major battery drain, and sending a request would not get a quick enough response because we would oftentimes have to wait the entire length of our poll interval. On the contrary to the previous example, here's the general concept of creating push services. The first exchange is a negotiation of some kind. In this exchange, the client negotiates protocols with the server and tells the server what it needs it to do whenever some new data comes available that the client cares about. Then comes the beautiful part. The client just sits there. It waits for the server to call it directly when and only when there's reason for it to do so. It might be a couple of seconds, or it might be a rather long time. In the TweetMonkey example, we were using Twitter's streaming API, which is a server designed for push. If you want to get a good overview of Twitter's service and learn a bit about push in the process, I recommend you check out dev.twitter.com/streaming/overview. If you want to build your own push server, just hold on because I'm about to show you Command Monkey.